Okay, this next interview, you got to watch this thing because we all have good hearts, right? I mean, 99% of the people you know or whatever, their hearts are probably really good, but they don't get a chance to show people about it. Now, here's a young woman who's showing how to use the internet to do something good from your heart. Now, gosh, how would you ever think it? We're all running around chasing each other, trying to make more money have a bigger house or whatever, impress the neighbors or whatever, and stuff like that, because we think we need all this stuff, and we think we can't make money doing something good unless we're going to take a vow of poverty and become a priest. No, there's a way to use capitalism to do good and to use your heart to help something that's important in society. Yeah, and on the internet. I mean, this lady is just terrific. She's raising money now to, she's an African American woman from Pittsburgh, I think she's from. And she was doing some research in Africa and the country there, and she saw that one of the people who were making crafts was similar to the crafts that our Native Americans make. The beads and stuff like that, it looked very similar. So what she's done now is got an Indian tribe together, got a city or town in Africa, the women there, who are under, a low income. So low income Indians on an Indian reservation, low income African women on in a town in Africa, and I forget the country, and they're making joint jewelry together because it looks the same. So she's developing a website for these two cultures to have to sell their jewelry together. Wow. See, now that's brilliant to me. And she's on crowdfunding now, raising money to get this venture together. Man, see, anybody could do it. She doesn't have money herself. So many of us sit around and say, well, I'll have a good heart and I'll give a lot of money to the poor after I make my millions. Well, why not make your millions giving money to the poor? And see, with capitalism, see, that's what's so neat about capitalism. You can use capitalism to do it. Yeah, you don't have to be, Henry Ford or whatever, but man, using commerce, and now on the internet, it's all on the internet. She doesn't need much money to do any of this, so she's raising what she needs in crowdfunding. She doesn't need a philanthropist father or whatever to do this. No, she's not writing some big complicated grant to some bureaucratic, foundation to get the money. No, she's going on the internet and figuring all this out. She didn't know how to do it ahead of time. No, you don't. You just have to want to do it. If you want to do something, you'll figure it out. And that's what's neat. And you can. Because see, when you do something on the internet or like this, they're not checking your degrees. They're not checking your income statement. They're not checking your credit score. You're just doing it, man. And look at this woman. I mean, she's doing something from the heart, making herself feel good. And see, anybody who works like that from the heart, I think it's just selfish bastards. Because it feels so good to work from your heart and to give like that, And now you have more ways to do that. Why fool around in some job that's jail for 30 years when there's opportunities like this out there? You say, oh, I can't do that. How the hell do you know? That's because you haven't done it before. And the people were in the same way. They can't do that because they haven't done it before. But they just said, hey, I think I could figure it out. And if you think you can't figure it out, man, look at all the idiots you've worked for who figured things out. It doesn't take a mental genius, to figure things out in this country. It just takes perseverance and doing it and doing the research. That's what it is. You can't buy the first thing that comes across your desk and say, hey, that's good. I'll find the money and go into debt to do that. No, you do the research to find the best option. So watch this lady and how she did it. Well, Tierney Mosley, and the website is Idiadega, Idiadega. It's easier to spell than for me to pronounce, but but more importantly, like that beautiful jewelry you have on is what's on that website, right? And you're not just a normal jewelry manufacturer or anything. You're raising money because you're trying to do good for the world. The people who make that jewelry, you're using indigenous people in Africa, right? Plus indigenous people in American Indians, right? Making jewelry together for the first time in the history of mankind.
And that was amazing.
That's amazing.
Already.
And look at that. Show that bracelet. Yeah, see? I mean, doesn't that look like American Indian? But that's really African, right? And then people, you're bringing these cultures together to make products together. And this is what you're fundraising for on Indiegogo. And you had a program last year on Indiegogo. It was 1,000% successful or whatever. And now you're doing it. And just, boy, having the time of your life bringing these cultures together and showing them how to use, capitalism to support themselves, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The whole idea is that people are so incredibly talented, and it's not a matter of teaching anyone or training anyone. It's not a matter of teaching someone how to fish. They already know how to fish. They just need a lake to actually fish in. So it's just opening up a market for people on a global scale and connecting people creatively, globally, and it's been awesome.
Wow. So really, like you and I, are 1,000 miles away from apart or whatever. So it's the same way. They could be 7,000 miles away. And collaborate on products, and then plus we as a society get the benefit of that 1 and 1 equals 5. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, the whole idea is thinking about sustainability to include us. Like we should sustain each other as human beings, our culture, our creativity, and think about how indigenous design can go into the 21st century. Because right now they're kind of the anonymous inspiration. You see design after design in Paris. New York, like I was inspired by Native Americans. I was inspired by the Maasai. Well, let the Maasai actually design modern stuff. Let the Native Americans actually talk about how they want to have their work.
I mean, look at that gorgeous necklace you have. I actually have 3 necklaces on, don't you?
I always layer. I like to layer.
But that's right. And you're right. And to me, that working directly, and this is what's happening like banking. See, the internet is going to eliminate a lot of banks because, I'm lending money directly on an internet site that goes directly to somebody who's getting that. And we don't have the bank get 80% of the money in the middle, right?
Exactly. And what I love about the crowdfunding is that you actually show your budget. So people actually understand and know where the money is going. And even, like I was talking to your friend earlier, I parsed it out where every mile you help support me get to the Native American community is something that you can see. You can see where it's going. I have a map. I have everything that's showing out.
Oh, I know. It's gorgeous. All the tribes all over, whatever. And so your economic development for that area is wonderful. That's the name of the game. We all need resources to survive. But more importantly, I think that you selling it on the internet is versus having 15 middlemen take this to be charged, 30 times more if you picked it up in a store versus on your website.
Yeah. And I think that that's something that I also about the crowdfunding that's great is that you start to build up a customer base before your product actually hits the market because you have people who said, I believe in your idea, I believe in what you're doing, and I want to see you succeed. So that's a really great way of actually building up customers.
No, right, because they're almost like investors now. Because they want a place like that. So if you open a coffee shop in the area, I want that. I'll give you a couple $100 as part of that. And so and you become ownership. Then you become a marketing person too for it because you're excited about that and you're doing it. Yeah, it makes the most sense in the world to do a crowdfunding campaign whether you need it or not.
Yes, just be ready to work because.
Right, exactly. But that's nice. And at least you're working on something that you really believe in. Yeah, and that's not work. Man, that's enjoyment. Yeah. That's not a bad date you can't wait to get over, right?
Exactly. There's no weekends. It's just.
It's what else are you here for? To just give your heart out all day, right? Exactly. Except when you have a normal job, you don't feel like you're doing that.
No, you do, I don't miss it. I don't miss that.
And look at you got fancy jewelry and everything without having to succumb to a financial services career or something.
Yeah. I love it. I'm following my heart.
Yeah, but actually, your products now, on the website, you still have existing. You're doing the new stuff, but you have existing products, right? So people now even could get that for like holiday gifts that you can't find anywhere else, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Holiday gear, and it's not anonymous. I work directly with the women in the
Uh-huh.
Maasai village. I live in the village. I can tell you who made that bracelet. I can tell
I see.
so, and even we just did some orders for the fall, and I was able to write in everyone's order like, Esther made this necklace.
Oh, wonderful. Well, you went to graduate school in Kenya, you mentioned, right?
I did, I
Yeah.
did. I went through the Rotary Fellowship.
Oh, and so, I mean, your local Rotary Club gave you money to go to Kenya and get a graduate degree? Wow.
Exactly, they have a global program, and most Rotary chapters around the world will either help you get there or will host you.
Ah.
The only thing you have to actually go overseas.
Oh, it has to be overseas, so I can't go to Harvard, in other words.
No, well, you could if you were somewhere else.
I see, if you live somewhere else. Oh, well, that's funny. So, in other words, they find accommodations for you, too, huh?
Well, they help. Well, they have a host Rotary that will help you with accommodation
I
and
see.
just kind of acclimate you to the country and offer support and actually offer you an opportunity to do service projects.
Ah, so then you'd be hooked in the community, too, instead of just a snobby American walking around.
Yeah, you're not just an American on the side. Like you actually get down and dirty. I
Yeah.
planted trees in the forest in Kenya. I worked on famine relief projects, so it's really great.
Wow. Well, it looks like you built a career after that. So it was a life-changing, transformation for you, and now getting two cultures together to work on projects. It's just fantastic. See how easy it is? I mean, you're not a big company. You're not, a millionaire or anything. You just had an idea. You get on the internet. You find the money. Put two different cultures together. You probably didn't know how to spell 5 years ago.
It is 5 minutes ago.
Anybody could do this, Yeah. Well, that's wonderful. So we find you at IDEADEGA.com. How should I have said that? Ideadega. Okay. Well, thank you so much. You're a sweetheart and wonderful to use your talent and skills to help the rest of us enjoy the world that it is. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Take care.
So much.